concern is around the safety of students. And I've been reassured today that there were allegations that some students were up in the air missing for a short period of time, and I've been reassured today that those girls are safe and they're back here in Livermore. They were in Stockton for a short period of time, as I understand it, and that going forward there will be all means taken to make sure students are safe. Foreign exchange programs are extremely valuable. Global exchange in an ever-shrinking world is very important, and so we appreciate the efforts of the charter school here to address that. But we also had a number of concerns raised by a number of the agencies, the school district, the city. So I've had good discussions with the charter, with the city, with the school district, with the county, Superintendent Karen Monroe's staff. And again, bottom line, I'm quite assured that the concerned parties have raised the issues. I'm looking into it. This was a fact-finding, gathering information. Had a lot of the questions answered. I'm believing that there are pieces of the puzzle I yet don't have, so we'll be coming back. I've heard all the parties declare their interest in working going forward in good faith to find solutions and improve working relationships. There were some concerns raised regarding finances, delinquent assessments, an audit that's overdue by a couple of months, which are concerning, and I've had reassurances from the charter school officials that they're going to be working through those issues and answering the school district's concerns and the city's concerns related to permits for occupancy of another school site. So this has been helpful. There is additional information needing to be gathered, and I will be coming back to see how all the parties are doing in resolving issues here. And also, this is a multi-county issue, so I'll be talking to San Joaquin County to see on their side are there any issues that they would like to pursue.
On the issue of, you use the word missing, which obviously is going to, leap out of people. That's, you talk about some students that were attending classes at a campus different from the one here. Can you describe the circumstance a little bit better, or what was going on?
There was some kind of notice given by the charter school. A couple of students ended up in Stockton. I was assured by the police chief and Livermore lieutenant that they looked into things and there was no harm. The girls are back here in Livermore and currently attending school here in Livermore. I don't know if there was a notice given of some kind, that there was an option that parents could exercise or students could exercise. So I haven't gotten all the answers to that, but that two students ended up in Stockton and they apparently did not want to be there, and they were allowed to come back to the Livermore school.
The parents here, I think most of them talk about the school, at least from what they're seeing on campus, the principal down at least. Should they be concerned about the school closing or leaving Livermore?
No, I think the issues that I heard today, again, some issues around finances and the audit being late, so it would be helpful to have an audit to see where the school's finances are, but I see no risk for the school closing. The school has had in the past a positive working relationship with the superintendent and the school district, and I think some of the issues surrounding these finances and the students' concerns about being given termination notice or exit notices regarding their status with the school drove the concerns for me to be here today. We're going to check. There's some conflicts between federal and state laws, I understand it. I've looked at some of the code sections on what should be charged, but we'll be verifying. I believe the charter school has outlined their logic and how they arrived at what they pay for tuition. There's some difference again between state statute and federal law. So we have representatives of Congressman Salwell and our state senator as well.
So some terms of said the one edge, so they have two options. One option the translate one word so stop. Second option is immigration agency catch the visa and to get one edge. So what about this one?
We've heard from a relative of one of the students, and we have further questions to ask on how that process works. But the visas they have, the school has expectations for them to maintain their visas, that they keep up grades, they have a solid footing to succeed in the school. And so my understanding is there were choices given to the students' parents and to the students, and at this time everybody's back here in Livermore at the school.
Charter families, even though there are lawyers, even though the students get one edge, the school will not cancel visa.
It's a good question. I have seen no evidence that it is not legal, and the attorneys representing myself and my department will look at that issue and give me more information.
How did you come to hear about this?
I've obviously read some news accounts, but the Superintendent Kelly Bowers, someone I have great respect for, told me that she had serious concerns and related to financial issues and the safety of the children. Safety of the students.
Sir, for my general information, I'd like to know the name of the school. If you don't mind telling me the name of the school.
It's the Livermore Valley Preparatory School under the Tri-Valley Education Corporation.
Will it continue to work as it has been working? Is it business as usual for them?
I don't know that we'd say it's business as usual, because I was hoping for and looking for, and I had many statements of good faith efforts to be made by all parties to resolve issues. So I'm hoping that status quo is not contention, but unity of, I do find that all the parties are of like mind to making sure students have a great experience, a great education. The charter school has a reputation of very high academic standards and achievements, so that's positive. So the change I'd like to see is the working relationship improved and any financial issues cleared up. If there are any state, federal issues about how money should be used or co-invested, we're going to get answers to all those questions, and I'll be back in 6 or 7 weeks to see how all is changing for the positive.
Can I get your name and
Tom Torlakson, State Superintendent of Public Instruction.
thank you.
Thank you. Were the two students the only ones who were missing, quote unquote?
To my knowledge, yes.
And do you know if, well, they got letters apparently from TVLC that said you have two options. One is to go to the San Joaquin school, the other one is to leave. We have an F. Is that basically what it
We've
was?
been given copies of the letters. I've been given copies by one relative of one of the students, one of the boys who was involved, and we got a copy of the letter from the charter school, and I'll be reading those carefully, and so will my staff and our attorneys to understand the context. But my understanding is, as part of their agreement for students and their families signing up with the school, they must keep up their academics and their status at the school. This was one situation where a certain number of students, it was 20 students, were given notice that they needed to improve their grades, and those options apparently are part of the letter that I'm going to read.
Yeah, but TVLC gave the option and said either go to the Stockton school, San Joaquin County, or go because F1 says that you have to keep your grades
Right.
up. Is that the essence of it?
That's the essence of it. Apparently there was such a letter. You have a copy of it, read the detail, and then basically a notice to students that they needed to was of concern that required that notice.
Will I be able to get a copy of the letter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So
I'm
the
gonna
13 students